Bobo, how are you? You okay? Yeah. All right. I think this will do. This will do. It is a sleepy day here in Tarpon Springs. I've never heard of it being a thing to have your shop closed on Monday, but so many of the shops just have Mondays closed. Not Sunday, they're open on Sunday. Just not on Monday. It's okay. I got my water. So we're good. Refreshing. Okay, so today's gonna be a little bit different. Not really gonna be any crazy edits. Not gonna be any awesome action shots, besides that one cool drone shot at the beginning. I like that. Not gonna be anything too wild or spectacular. So if you're into that, just skip this video. Watch the Atlanta one, the people skills one, because there's not going to be much of that today. But it'll still be interesting. So if you want an interesting vlog, I don't even know if it'll be interesting. Whatever. What I've been thinking about for a while, what I've wanted to share with you guys, is a poem that means a lot to me. I didn't write it, but it's been in my life for a while. I originally read it when I lived in Spain in The Dangerous Book for Boys. Great book, by the way. Would highly recommend it to get for your kids. Not for, I mean, unless you like potatoes. We're back. I just ran out of memory on my card. Had to clear some stuff. Good to go. Okay. Dangerous Book for Boys. Unless you like potato cannons. Or poetry. Poetry's cool too. So they had 10 poems called 10 Poems. All boys should know, shockingly. And this was one of those poems, and I've kind of kept it with me since then, and it's definitely helped me through some of the harder times. I've just always referred back to it whenever I needed that, whatever that is. So, without further ado, got it here, and I'll read it to you. If, by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or be lied about and don't deal in lies, or be hated and don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to, broken, and stoop, and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make a heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on with nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and not lose your virtue. If you can walk with kings and not lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you. If all men count with you, but none too much. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And what's more, you'll be a man, my son. And that's it. And this is a parking pass from yesterday, from the beach, because I have it memorized. And I have had it memorized for the past 11 years, 12 years. And anytime I'm going through something particularly strenuous, stressful, challenging, life-changing, anytime I make a heap of all my winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and I frequently lose and have to start again at my beginnings, I always kind of revert back to this. I think the single biggest line for me is definitely the one about treating triumph and disaster just the same, because like what is a negative attitude in the face of a disaster, a calamity? What is a negative attitude gonna fix? What's it gonna help? Nothing. Literally nothing. Probably the hardest time in my life was when I was medically rolled back from the academy the first time around. So I was hanging out with my friends. It was like May timeframe, April timeframe, somewhere in there. Hanging out with my friends in Massachusetts, and I was running around. I broke my foot, and I texted the medical people. I emailed the medical people at Navy. I was like, "Hey, this is what happened." They're like, "Oh my God, dude! Like, keep us updated." Blah blah blah. So, go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. He tells me, all right, it's broken. Here's a cast. I'm like, bro, no, I gotta go to prom still. And so I actually got a boot, which I did not wear for prom. So I was dancing around all night on it. Bad call. And yeah, 4 days before I-Day, the beginning of Pleep summer, 4 days before, my mom comes running in the house with my dog. They're out on a walk, and she says, "Cam, the dean is on the line and he's not going to tell you what you want to hear." So I sat down at the table, listened to what he had to say, and he told me that I was going to get rolled back a year. Not really rolled back. I was going to have the opportunity to go to another college, take certain classes, get certain grades, do the PRT, not the CFA, get all my congressional nominations over again, maintain a perfect conduct record, which at that point I could do. Just kidding. And then maybe I would be considered. Maybe. So I did that. It sounds too poetic to be true, but this is a vlog on poems. I cried one tear, then I got to work. I started applying to schools, which is too late to really apply to most of my good schools. So I ended up going to a good school, but it was not my first choice, not my 11th choice, not my 14th choice. But it was a place that I'll never forget, and I will always love. UMaine, University of Maine in Orono. And so I spent the rest of the summer wishing I was anywhere but Bedford, Massachusetts. And a lot of what got me through that summer was this poem, partially, and a graduation speech I wrote. In both of those, the reason that they helped me out, primarily this poem, was because it was a constant reminder that your outlook heavily defines the entire situation for you and the people around you. So that was the training wheels, and by the time I arrived at the second semester of my second class year, it was the big leagues. And by the time March 27th came around, it was the World Series. And that's something I've kept with me through this whole process, is the fact that how you perceive the situation defines the situation. Something I wrote in that graduation speech I mentioned just a second ago. It was It went something along the lines of, everything you do or say and your outlook on life impacts those around you. Make it good. So that's the message that I will leave you with today. Everything you do impacts everyone around you. Whether it's how you respond to something, whether it's what you say, what you do, and your impact and your influence on other people is more than you could ever imagine. So that is the Monday message here today. Hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. See you tomorrow.